Yo, did you have issues being messy as a little kid and could never get your work done, maybe a little lazy? Well, then maybe you had Ceres and Virgo. Let's talk about it. Pew! Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Eric Taylor, BigEAstro, back to continue and get to the final three, Virgo, Cancer, and Pisces, to complete my Ceres through the signs series. And this is Ceres, the goddess of harvest, in Virgo. Virgo, the virgin, the lyrical surgeon. So let's break it on down. What is Ceres in astrology? And then we will discuss Virgo. So Ceres is a lot of things, Lucy. Ceres is how you were nurtured and cared for growing up, and then how you may nurture and care for others. It's secret sorrows. It's the goddess of harvest, so it's grains. It's your food. It's also your fashion, clothing you may wear. It can show sometimes depression, sort of similar to the secret sorrows. And Ceres, is showing like how you were cared for growing up. Socially kind of associated with the sign of Virgo, but the whole grain and food issue. Now, Ceres is fascinating because you can see in Ceres in the birth chart, especially in the first four houses, where someone could be lost, stolen, abducted, or kidnapped. That's very rare. But if you've got Ceres in the first four, maybe even the fifth house, you can go through those experiences sometime in your life. Okay. So now it's Virgo. Virgo, the mutable earth sign, feminine earth, associated with the sixth house, but not the sixth house. Still very different. Virgo is about being logical, analytical, critical, the perfectionist, nitpicky. Virgo is about service to humanity. Out of the mutable signs, it's the only one that's one person. There's only three humans in the chart, Virgo, Gemini, Aquarius. And Virgo being ruled by Mercury, my little thing for Virgo, it's kind of like on the low. It's the fourth air sign. So Virgo, the virgin, is also, it's about its daily routine, being of service, helping people. It's the best personal assistant you can have. Virgos can be worrywarts. They can have a lot of stress. And it rules the lower intestines in medical astrology. So they can literally have digestion issues. Virgos know with those sensitive tummies. Okay. So let's put them all together. So with Ceres in Virgo in the natal birth chart, you may struggle early on in life because Ceres is an energy that can be challenging, and then it can get better as you get older. But you may feel that the way you were nurtured and cared for, it was very critical. Like mom and dad were always like, do this, do that, go left, go right, make up your bed, do your room, this and that. That's not, line up your shoes. This isn't good enough. That's not good enough. And you could just feel like it's always a big giant, like huge finger pointing at you, like, rah, 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 rah. Right? Now, when you start to nurture and care for others, you want to kind of turn it to a positive. And it doesn't mean that it was all bad. Your parents could have been big humanitarians, been of service to you and your siblings, or specifically to you, helped you with a lot of things. But you, in turn, as you get older, you may feel like, hey, I want to just not be so nitpicky and critical of my kids. I want to be of great service, really help them, teach them to be more precise, more detailed, organized, right? Not as messy, more clean. But I'll tell you, if you have Ceres in Virgo, you could be a clean freak. You could have OCD. You could also have IBS with the digestion, right? So when you have Ceres in Virgo, you probably want to eat more fruits and veggies, but you also, need to spend time out in nature. Be in the garden. Get your hands in the soil. That's going to be very beneficial for you. Now, when it comes to your fashion, you're going to be pretty practical. You're like, I'm not spending $300 on jeans. I can get jeans for $40 or $50. But you could also be very clean and precise in detail. Everything matching, very, nice. But Virgo is going to be like pretty logical in its fashion and wardrobe. Pretty precise and detailed, very clean cut, proper. Maybe like a V-neck sweater that I used to wear. I don't have Ceres and Virgo, but I am a Virgo. So, but things like that. But I think that there's a measure of really being a very talented shopper and getting a good deal and not overspending. Virgos can be, some would say cheap sometimes or prudent like Taurus, but Virgos are just very smart. They're going to save and spend their money wisely. So if you have Ceres and Virgo, this is how it may play out for you. Now, also, when it comes to the fashion, Virgos, could wear very earthy clothes, more greens, blues, beige, cream, brown, white. They are the virgin. Virgos, we're so pure. But like seriously, like you could wear like very cotton, linen, organic cotton, linen and wool. But just like, they could wear like moccasins or, the ladies, open toe shoes, but they dress clean. Okay, they're just clean, but blue, green, cream, very, One thing that you'll notice with Ceres and Virgo, they've got to also watch out for what they eat. If you have this in the first house, the second, or the sixth, it can really matter how you're eating. Don't over binge on the sweets. Don't do too much starch. The more fruits and veggies you eat, or natural fresh food, even grass-fed beef, stuff like that, is going to be better for you, Virgos. Ceres and Virgo, okay? Now, remember, like, when you're dealing with the lost, stolen, abducted, or kidnapped, the first 4 or 5 houses, if you have this Ceres in the first house, you can easily, as a newborn child, have issues with digestion, okay? You can really, struggle with that. Being colicky, things like that. I have a son with this, and he experienced that. You can sometimes put a lot of pressure on yourself to be the perfectionist and have secret sorrows, and get frustrated and angry and depressed, and so super hypercritical of self when you're making something or doing something. And so over-analysis creates paralysis type of thing. There's also this, this mantra mentality of, you can receive a lot of vitriol or criticism for others, but you could take it to heart. And that could lead to the secret sorrows, so that you always want to be so perfect so that no one could, be above reproach, but no one can criticize or nitpick you. So there's a lot of challenges with this, but I think the way to work with this energy on the most positive note, because, I'm going to give it to you raw like however you want, but I'm going to give it to you so you can shine and gleam and stream. I would say that when you are of service to self-love, and service to others, and really taking care of your nutrition, this Ceres can be really positive. I would recommend growing your own garden, spending time in nature. That can be very beneficial. The fruits and veggies, getting proper hydration. The fruit is the H3O, C3PO, H3O, right? That can be helpful. And, trying not to eat things that really affect your food, your stomach digestion. Really spicy stuff can irritate you. Too much dairy can irritate you. So just be mindful of that. And like I said, the first 4 or 5 houses, it could be a situation where you are feeling like you don't want to be criticized, so you could run away from problems, or literally try to run away from home in the first 4 houses, or things like that. You definitely Virgos can be pretty sensitive. They don't want to admit it, but I'm gonna tell you the truth because I'm a Virgo. And so in the first, second, third house, you can internalize what others say to you from the family, and get that, like, almost like, because you got to look at the opposite sign to give you insight, almost like the victim mode of the Pisces, right? So just try to really practice the self-love. Don't think that everyone is coming down on you, because that's not going to serve you. And try to exist and live and be Ceres and Virgo in your highest vibration. Does that make sense? Are you hearing me? Killing you softly with Ceres and Virgo. So this was fun. I'll be finishing up with Cancer and Pisces in the next week or two, just super busy. But I wish you guys all the best. I break down Ceres in the full natal birth chart reading. So please reach out, Eric at bigeastrology.com or bigeastrology@gmail.com. And, take advantage of my sales for each season, Sun, Moon, Rising, but also visit the website. Check out all my services, bigeastrology.com. Thank you. Please like, share, comment down below what house you have it in. I'll give you some insight. Ceres in the 5th, you could really focus on your self-expression and creativity. In the 3rd, your hand skills. You could be this perfectionist. 2nd house, the speech and how you earn money, But there's just so much to the Ceres. But just remember that food, fashion, how you care for others, how you want to be nurtured and cared for, it's about being selfless and acts of kindness, service to others. So the more that you are doing for others, it comes back to you karmically, energetically, but also it's gonna have that energy be kind of behaving or vibrating the way that it should be at the highest point. Because Virgos are like the best personal assistant, all right? And Virgos are sharp dressers. When we want to dress up, we could be clean, I'm a father now, so I'm not as stressed about how dope and fly I look. But when I was younger, I was like, boom, 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 everything matching, blah, 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 but this is dope. All right, so Ceres and Virgo, be kind to yourself, be of service to others, and please try to eat as healthy as you can. It's going to benefit you. It really will. All right. Eric Taylor, BigEAstrology. This is Ceres, the goddess of harvest, in Virgo. Pew. Later.